Hello and welcome to pdfsupply.com. Today we're going to be testing a IC697CPM915 central processor. I have the door off just so that it doesn't distract what I'm trying to do for the viewer. But this is the door that would go to it, and these are the LEDs, module OK, run, outputs enabled, memory protect. And I'm going to go over that and some of the other features that this processor has in just a moment. So I have it in an IC697CPM915 5-slot rack, which is empty, other than the processor. And that's because we're just trying to get this into run mode. Next thing I have is an IC697PWR711 power supply, which I do have powered up. And the first thing I want to mention, of course, is that I have an OK LED, and it's solid. So if you don't have an OK LED on, or it's blinking and you can't connect, then there's definitely a problem with your processor, and you would need to stop immediately because you won't be able to follow the test. That's an indication that there's some sort of a fatal error with the processor, and that is something that we do repair here quite frequently. We offer repairs, exchange programs, new and remanufactured products with same-day shipping. So if that's something that you need or interests you, please see us at pdfsupply.com. Okay, so now that I am powered up, I'm going to go through a test. Okay, I have here an AS693-232 SNP cable with LEDs that are blinking that you may not be able to see through the video, but it's good for user interface. It tells me that the processor is talking. And I am connected and communicating with it through Prophecy and Machine Edition. All right, I have a blank test file. So now that I am connected, I'm going to go ahead and hit the handprint icon, the green handprint, which is the toggles to program mode. Once it's in program mode, I'm going to go to Target on your top menu bar and down to Online Commands. Once you're in Online Commands, we're going to go to Clear, and a window pops up and it asks you, what do you want to clear? Just the bottom two selections, which is Controller Fault Table and I/O Fault Table. Do not clear anything else, because the trouble there is that you may end up clearing some memory or some information that you really need to keep on your processor, and that could be dangerous. So do not clear anything other than controller and I/O fault tables. Okay. Then now that I've done that, I'm going to go to the download and run button, which is the download information and run icon in one button. Okay. All right, now, next window that pops up is asking me what it is I want to download to the controller. Again, this is just, our goal here is just to get this processor into run mode and then go through some of the switches and lights. That's all. So configuration and logic, the top two selections, hardware configuration and logic. All right, I'm going to select that. And once that's done, it's going to build what it is we've asked it to build and allow us to go into run mode, and we're just about there. Okay, all right, so now we're in run mode. As you can see, these three LEDs are on. The bottom one tells us that it's in run mode and the outputs are enabled. The middle one tells us, well, as I'll go through it, this is to do with the toggle switch, all right? Toggle switch in the most upright position is the bottom LED, corresponds with the bottom LED telling us that the outputs are enabled and that it's in run mode. If I shut this off, now the outputs are disabled, all right? And then if I go to the bottommost selection for this toggle switch, it shuts run mode off. Now the module's stopped. It's manually stopped right there. So I did that just to check that the switch is functioning, and it appears that it is. So next thing is we have a key that goes into the top memory protect. And that's this LED right here, and of course when we turn it on, we're hoping to see that the LED is on. If your LED is not working, it's likely that the memory protect isn't working because perhaps the switch is broken, so which does commonly happen, believe it or not. So okay, so that's just the basic features. There's only one port to test. The next thing is if you feel like the processor is a troubled processor and it's giving you problems, you might want to let it run overnight, is what we do here. We run it overnight or over a weekend, a couple days. And what you're trying to do there is you're hoping that the processor stays in run mode. All right. So if you come in after a couple days and the processor's not in run mode, then it kicked itself out voluntarily, and there's a reason for it. So what I would normally do is go into Prof C Machine Edition, go to Target, and go to Diagnostics. And Diagnostics table will open up in your info viewer, and it'll let you know what happened and why. Sometimes the information is hard to interpret because it's all technical terms and codes, but there are times that valuable information does come up. So if it's something that you are still unable to figure out, please keep us in mind that we do repairs. We can get you guys back up and running again. We offer exchange programs and new and remanufactured products with same-day shipping, if that helps you. Thank you. pdfsupply.com.